All right, at this point in the Speedier lab, you have recorded the cart going down the ramp on your iPad in slow motion, and you're ready to analyze it. If you have these sections in your pivot assignment, you should have completed all these up to here. And now we're going to look at the measurements section. I'm going to talk you through a lot of these questions. So, but what's a little kind of funky with this is we are going to go all the way down to this part here, and we're going to upload our video here first, and then I will talk you through these questions, and you'll be able to answer them and get them all right. So you don't want to do any actual measurement until you've answered all those questions. But to explain how those, those questions, I got to upload the video. So I'm going to go over to photos, and here's my slow motion video. You can see the start of it. I'm kind of setting it on the track, making sure it's all smooth and in the right thing. I'm going to trim that. So I'm going to use the edit tool, and I'm going to trim it, and it does not need to be exact. We just need to make sure that I don't start the video. I start the video before I let it go. So I don't want it to be I hit play and I'm already moving my hand. I can also crop off the end a little bit here. Again, I don't want to crop it here. I want to crop it after it hits, or trim it there. The last thing, if you look at the very bottom of my screen, there's the little slow motion control. You want to make sure your whole video is slow motion. It's going to be a big issue if you don't. So then I'm going to hit done, and I'm just going to save it as a new clip. I don't think it matters one way or the other. All right, now I'm going to need to upload this to Pivot. So go over to Pivot, and you'll scroll down here where it says configuration is no video to play. Under here where it says select video, you're going to hit choose file, and then you're going to go to photo library. Once you select that, you're going to select your video. Mine is 2 seconds here. I think if you make it too short, it doesn't work, but that may no longer be an issue anymore. Now, recorded frame rate. Remember, we did slow motion, and we did it at 120 frames per second, unless the iPads have changed, and now they're doing 240. So just make sure you listen to your teacher and you use the right one. Playback frame rate, do not change. Then this update button is how you upload the video. And it'll take a second here, and there we go. Yours might take a little bit longer. And then I'm just going to hit play to make sure it works. And there we go. And make sure I have the perfect. Ooh, it's even got sound. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to set up for measurements. In the top right-hand corner, you're going to hit the little tool icon, and you're going to need to hit the scaling icon. It is, I'll use this arrow to point at it. It is this icon right there, okay? When I hit that, at the bottom it says calibration distance, tool color I can change. I'm gonna change it to red, a little easier to see. This allows me to tell Pivot how long something is in the video. So for instance here, there we go. I'm just gonna make up a number. So you're not doing this, I'm just showing you how this works. Let's say that distance there is let's do in centimeters, 120 centimeters. So then you'll see on this ruler that distance is now 120, I'm off a little bit, 120 centimeters. Watch the ruler as I make this calibration distance longer. It's going to scale perfectly with this. So I need to find something that has a known length. For instance, I could measure the width of the cabinet door there. I could do that. What I'm going to use in this case is I'm going to use the track, because the track is right by the cart. It's nice and long. You don't want something super short. And you should too use the track. And you want to zoom in, and you want to get it as perfect as possible. Because if this is off just a little bit, every measurement is going to be off. I'm going to do it to both points of the track. And that track is actually 120 centimeters long, so 120 centimeters, and I'm good. And I can tap the button in the top right with the little scaling to make the scaling go away. Notice my ruler doesn't change, it's just that menu goes away. Then, now I have a ruler. And this ruler will actually allow me to measure everything in the video. So I'm going to set my ruler up so it is perfectly parallel with the track. And I'm going to use the leading edge of the cart. I could maybe use this, or maybe there's some white tape on your card, or I'm going to use that little thing there, and that's going to be my 0, okay? Now, I want to make sure the cart doesn't move. Okay, good. If I like move the cart with my hand, I need it to be the 0 when I let go with my hand. All right, so now I'm going to go to there. We need to get a stopwatch. So I press the stopwatch button, which is, I don't know how to point with, need a laser or something to point with. So I get the stopwatch up here, and you'll notice it says 0 seconds when I bring it up, and now it says negative time, which says a positive time. I need to cue the video up to just the point where my fingers are just leaving the cart. And it will look like the cart's not moving. We don't want to wait until, oh, the cart is just starting to move here. We want just when my fingers are leaving it. And then I'm going to reset. That's super important. So I have 0 seconds at 0 meters. Now, the next thing that's super important is you need equal time intervals to make this data analysis work. So instead of measuring every 10 centimeters, you're going to need to measure every some seconds. Most likely, 0.15 seconds or 0.1 seconds will work nicely. So for instance, my first point would be 0, 0, and then I would go to here and 0.1 seconds, and I would then measure. I can zoom in here and I'd say, okay, that looks like it's at 1 centimeter. And then I would go to 0.2 seconds, and then I could zoom in and see where that one is. And 3 seconds. So depending on how angled your cart is, you want about 8 to 10 data points. So this would give me, if I did every 0.1 seconds, this would give me 11 data points. So yeah, every 0.1 seconds is good. This is another reason why everyone should have their own video, because if one video is messed up, everyone does all this work for nothing. So you're going to get about 10 data points equally spaced in time. And then you'll go on to analyze your data.